Alright boys, I got this old Deus 2 out here, HF2 coil. We may show a competitor's unit here. You know, there's this old boy over there on the friendly metal detecting forum. I don't know what his educational degree, if he even has one. He may have one. I don't have trouble with that. I don't know what his metal detecting experience is. I'm just a damn hick from the sticks, boys, but I'm going to show you something here, okay? You know, I used this machine in a while yesterday, and here's what we're going to look at. There's 4 modern nails down there. You see that? We're going to be sweeping the hard way. All right? We may sweep both the easy way, all right? Now, this Deus 2, we're going to look at sensitive FT program. The silencer is going to stay at level 2. We'll just look at it at speed 3. Disc 8.4. We'll look at all of the frequency bands. 90 sensitivity, no bottle cap. I believe I've got iron tip turned off. That's not going to really drive how the machine responds as far as audio goes, I don't think. Okay. So, I told you how we got her set up. Now, I've got 2x4 there for coil height management, okay? 29 kilohertz band. You can hear that. Now, if I come over here from the easy way, we've got signal. Now, you know, there's an old boy out west, he was telling me his non-ferrous targets out there never had any iron under them, huh? There couldn't be a gold coin out west, a $5, $10 gold coin with a damn bunch of nails under it. They may even be oriented like that. Who knows? I'll show you that a little clearer here later. 29 kilohertz. You hear that? Now, all we're changing on this machine after I've got it set up is the old frequency. Now we're in the 53 kilohertz band. You hear that? You hear that? So I've got a 31 in the meter. All right. So that's a full ID, but that's a tough ass test. All right. 89 kilohertz band. You hear that signal? Now, if I cross it with 89, we've got the good signal, and if I cross it in 53, we've got the good signal. I'm still in the 53 band. What if we 45 degrees this thing? We've got good signal. Let's go to the 29. Now, over here, we didn't get jack. You hear that? So I'm coming around the target. I start getting it right there. So that could be missed depending using this 29 kilohertz range, right? With a silencer of 2. And this disc is at 8.4. That's about how I ran this machine yesterday in that old side, boys. All right. So frequency max to 53. And that's a sweep. That's not a hover. Now I am going to hover this. Okay, ID stage never comes above 33, but that's telling me there's probably a non-ferrous target down there. You know, that would get your attention in an old relic site, wouldn't it? Full of iron. You hear that? That's a sweep. Back to the 89. Truthfully, the signal's probably stronger on this right here, running 53 band versus the 89. But they both hit it. The 29 kilohertz band. Now what I will do, Let's just manually throw the 29 kilohertz band up to channel 6 and see what happens. Nothing. Iron tone, okay? So you see that. I'm going to turn this machine off. Now remember how I had this machine run. I didn't run it at silencer 1. I didn't run it at 6.8 disc, okay? What does this machine do? That stuff ain't moved, boys. This is the M8 coil on the mighty Manticore. We're at 23 sensitivity, all-terrain, low conductors. We'll look at a few speeds. There's nothing disc out. No lower Ferris limits. We're at upper Ferris limits number 7. We may run it down to 6 just to see what happens here. All right, no iron filter in the machine. Stabilizer, 0. You see that? I don't try to make mistakes showing detectors, boys, okay? I try to be fair and as objective as I can be. Long press noise cancel. You see it? Alright. Okay, we're at speed 7. We'll look at it first there. That's upper Ferris limits number 7. Do you hear anything in that machine? You see where it's painting? Alright, now I'm coming over here the easy way. We hear it. Well, we heard it on that one the easy way, didn't we? Speed 8. This is as fast as this machine goes. Upper Ferris limit 7. Hover sweep. Sweep. Nothing. Speed 6. We're still at upper Ferris limit 7. Speed 6. You see it there. Alright. Hear anything? Mash the horseshoe button. Iron tone. If we come over here, horseshoe button is still in. If we come over here and cross it, we hear it. Now that's a nickel. And you see what I did there. If I start taking that plastic and start lowering that nickel, that machine over there struggles. If I start raising that and add more plastic layers up, well, this machine will start performing better. But that machine is doing what on that? You see where I'm going with this? Okay, so we're going to turn the horseshoe button off. We'll leave it in speed 6. And I've not looked at this right here. We're going to upper Ferris limits number 6. We're in speed 6. What happens? I don't hear anything. Horseshoe button going in. Iron tone, okay? Speed 7, upper Ferris limits number 6. Nothing. Speed 8. You hear that. Now that's upper Ferris limit 6 opened up and upper Ferris limits number 7 opened up, okay? With a 23 sensitivity. Now I can cross it with upper Ferris limit 6 opened up. And you hear that. Could something like that exist in the wild? Law of averages says what? Watching what you've seen in this video. Now, this is a beta firmware in this machine, 3.03. This could change. The performance in some points or whatever may change. This is beta. Some people out there may be, Mr. Dankowski may be wondering about this machine. Well, I'm going to put this over there on his damn YouTube channel, or his forum. He likes to detect. We're back in the sensitive FT again. We'll run the disc to 8.4. Silencer number 2. All right, we're going to let this thing time in here. It's got to do its auto scan. Okay. Okay, so you see the Deus there, silencer number 2. There is no bottle caps. I might even turn them on since I'm going to show this again here. Factory notch is in there, okay? There's no offset, it's defaulted to 5. I've not changed that part. Frequency max, we'll go back down to 29. Now this machine did not scan in this 29 frequency, it didn't come on in it. Nothing, you hear that? We're shit out of luck right there on that 29 kilohertz. Now I'm going to 53. You hear that? We're going to 89. Okay. Now while I'm in here, I've not looked at this. Let's just put a bottle cap level at 2 just to see what happens. Now remember, there was 0 lower Ferris limits on that Manticore. Frequency max 89. So I've still got detection. 53. I still have detection. 29, we never got any to start with. Alright, I'll leave the bottle cap. I'll take it out. Okay, bottle cap's back out of it at 0. I'm going to remove this nickel. That's it. Alright. We never got anything at 29, so we shouldn't get anything now. 53. Nothing. 89. Nothing. Okay, now I'm going to remove this plastic so you all can see this, okay? That's what we've got. It's sitting like so. You know how I was sweeping. Both detectors gave no trouble crossing this. It's the hard way we had some trouble with that machine right there. At speed 6, 7, and 8, upper Ferris limit 6 and 7 opened up. Okay, now how does this apply in the wild? Well, you know, you get to draw your own conclusions. I didn't make either one of these machines, boys. Okay, both good machines. But that one is running, that Coil is running at higher frequency evidently. The highest we've seen from a multi-frequency unit. Alright, that is going to conclude the video. I hope you enjoyed.